for as long as I can remember. I wrote so that the inside of my notebooks could memorize the most intimate parts of me without judgment. Found a place on a blank page where I could unravel, treated it as a sanctuary where I could go undisturbed, but then one day, those secret and sacred meetings became public when God himself grabbed those hidden pages and exhaled. Now I breathe a little bit easier when people started reading the love letters I got used to addressing to myself. You see, I was once told that I wrote in a God box, as if these words that escaped from me were forever trapped behind cheap Sunday school texts, forever deemed within my stereotype of pastor's daughter, prude, pious and perfect, every possible description capable of being spit towards my direction. I strayed away from the arts because I thought that the limelight meant the absence of Christ's light, that being a poet of faith meant Christian Bible thumper, meant scripture verses in every poems and worship lyrics laced in between my doubting. I thought that heartbreak poems were a distraction from seeing what God was really doing, but you see, heartbreaks are ugly and unfortunate, and no worship lyric can tell you what a jerk he was. Tells you that gluttony is not gluttony when you are eating a carton of ice cream. Sometimes that is your only source of comfort. Tells you to write your stories out in poem form, to place before you all the reasons why you deserve better. See, I was once told that I wrote in a God box, misunderstanding that what escaped from my mental pores was not just vital fluids, but fervent and passionate listening to my creator. Misunderstood that this heartbeat is a reverberation off a spiritual ribcage nestled in between human imperfection. This is not a God box. This is divine inspiration for those of us determined to live this life as a reflection of whom we consider the center and epitome of wholeness. We have come across eccentric, borderline irrational, and socially uneducated. We are assumed that we are picket sign ignorance and socially uninvolved. This is not a God box. As if every word that escaped from me was not passionate and restless listening to my creator, wanting to know more and more about the man who decided that nails in his hands was a better way to say I love you. My simple message is of you are worthy because he calls you worthy, entangled within the certainty of Psalm 139, without scarring those who have been burned by the acidic regulations disguised as gospels from within church walls. And so I line poetry clubs and churches as both places of healing. You must understand that my most prominent and romantic encounters with God have occurred on my bedroom floor, with nothing but journal pages and hand cramps occurred on stages where my unconscious was exposed, and its bareness occurred on stages where my deepest fears were echoed through microphones. This is not a God box. This is worship in the life of a believer, designated in between a restless and searching and emotional human being with the simple desire to speak.